Welcome, Slayer the Alchemist, and David Lee Roth is back. He performed live for the first time in 5 years at the M3 Rock Festival in Maryland. He did an all Van Halen set, no songs from his solo career. The M3 Festival is a glam, melodic hard rock festival that goes on every year in Maryland. And I have to admit, when I saw the YouTube videos pop up, first of all, I didn't even realize Dave was performing. Again, he hasn't performed live in it with a band in some time. And when I saw it show up on my YouTube feed, I was thinking, oh boy, this is going to be horrible. Now, does he sing every high scream falsetto thing from the records? No. Does he do any jumping splits in the air off of the drum riser? No. Does he change the melody lines at times into a lower register so he can sing it? Yes. But does he sound good? In my opinion, yes, very much so. I think the first thing that struck me was I thought he looked great. He looks really fit. He's got a nice haircut, and he sounds fantastic. In fact, I would say this is the best that he's sounded since like the early first couple Van Halen tours. One big knock on Dave is that he never really sounded that great live. And one thing that really makes it hard for me to listen to like live Van Halen bootlegs and stuff like that from his original run with the band is Dave had this really bad habit of barely singing, where he's just kind of sitting back, yeah, doing stuff like that. And he also does this thing that really annoys me when I would listen to Van Halen is he sings like very behind the beat, like, ain't nothing like it, this shining, instead of singing like that is, ain't nothing like it, shining machine, wheels for the way, and he's always like, feels like he's late or something, like he can't catch his breath and he's not on top of the beat. That doesn't happen at all here. Now, like I mentioned earlier, he changes some of the melody lines and stuff, but at other times he's adding high notes that weren't in the original melody. So it's not that has no range left. I seriously thought that Dave had no range left at all. I've seen some clips. Dave has a YouTube channel, which is really interesting. I'm surprised he doesn't promote it more. If you want to see him dancing to James Brown songs, if you want to see him, singing like to acoustic numbers. And it's funny, before I knew that he was at M3, I just so happened to see a video of him and maybe this is why the M3 thing showed up. I was watching this video of him when he did his second run with Van Halen. It was them acoustically doing, I think it was Mean Streets. And he sounded okay. Again, he was doing that kind of behind the beat thing. You could tell he didn't really have a lot of range. But here, he's right on top of the beat. Yeah, he's not, again, changing the melody line at times. But then there's other times where he's singing way up in his range. And I honestly did not know he still had that amount of range. Now, two things really sold this show for me. And I mentioned this already. He looks good. He's fit. Nice haircut. And he comes out and he just looks like he is having a fantastic time. He has a big, that big David Lee Roth smile? It's on his face the entire show. He's not moving around a whole lot. I mean, he is. He's kind of doing some dancings here and there, but you're not getting any kicks, karate moves, or anything. But he just looks like he's having such a fun time. Throw in the David Lee Roth banter. You know what I mean? He's almost like a rapper. He gets up there and he starts like just improvising with his speaker, like in the middle of Panama when everything drops down. It's getting a little bit hot tonight, baby. He like starts talking to the audience. Hey, it's kind of hot out here, right? Yeah, you're getting hot looking at me. Ha, I want you to reach down between the legs of the person next to you. I mean, he's just such a funny, entertaining guy just when he speaks, and it really shines and comes across in the live setting, man. He just looks like he is absolutely having a blast. And I love the fact that, okay, at his age, he's not, it doesn't feel like he's embarrassing himself, like, oh my God, look at this old guy trying to be like he was when he was 20. Not at all. It's like he's fully embraces who he is at this point in his life. And he's loving it. The crowd is loving it. What more can you ask for, right? He's singing pretty much in tune, too. That's another thing. Sometimes he could be really out of tune. He's singing pretty much in tune. Now, the other thing that immediately jumped out at me and also really sells this, two things. The band he has is great, really energetic. I'm sorry, I looked to try to find some information on who the band was, and I couldn't find any information. The band is great. They kind of sit back because the show is all about Dave, but it's cool. The guitar player, I saw his name somewhere and I couldn't find it again. Somebody wrote it in one of the YouTube comments, but there's so many clips from this show. I couldn't find that video again. But he was great, played all the parts. But the thing that really sold it for me, besides Dave, was he's got these 4 guys on a platform singing background vocals, and these guys are just great. Now, this is something that, background vocals were a big thing with Van Halen. Eddie sang, Michael Anthony, I always talk about how he was like a very signature sound to Van Halen. And these guys are up there on the stage, man, and they are just giving it their all. They're kind of dancing and pointing, don't you know she's coming home with me? You loser. They're getting into it. They're dancing, and it makes these choruses just really jump out at you. Now, Dave is backing off on a lot of those where he's not even singing, but they're so powerful with these guys up there. It is just so cool, man. And these guys just have this really cool vibe about them. They're all dressed in black and everything, and they're kind of hyping the crowd, and they're dancing and moving, fantastic, brilliant, absolutely brilliant idea to have these guys up there. The set list is super cool. He opens with Panama, Drop Dead Legs. Again, this is another one, man. The band is really locked in. This really tight groove, and these background singers of, don't you know that you want it? I mean, it's just grooving, man. They are just really, this is a great, great band. And those background singers really locked in. Unchained is a ton of fun. They do Mean Street Atomic Punk. That sounds fantastic. Again, here you're not getting him doing the high falsetto screams, but he's still going up in his range. And when he changes the melody at times, it works, man. It really works. It doesn't sound like this is a guy reaching for a note, can't hit it, so he just drops it down. It sounds cool. It actually works. I'm the One. This is another one where he jumps up on the platform with these 4 singers, and in that middle of the ba-ba-da shoo-ba-doo-wah, Dave starts it out, one of the other guys comes ba-ba-da shoo-ba-doo, the other guy ba-ba-da shoo-ba-doo-wah, and they're all there kind of having fun with it. And again, that's the vibe of the whole thing was just fun. Man, the band is having fun. These background singers are having fun. Dave is having fun. The audience is having fun. Fantastic. He's mentioned now that he's doing some shows, and I looked. He's going to be playing in Tampa, and I definitely want to go see this. If I didn't see if he hadn't played at M3 and I saw that he was touring, I'd be like, I'm going to wait to see because this could really be a disaster. But Dave is back. He's stronger, better than ever. I love just his vibe here. Kind of cool with where he's at in his life, knowing that he's still cool, even how old is Dave? I don't know. What is he, 65, 70 or something? He's the coolest. He's your really, really cool, uncle or something like that. The guy's older, but he's still super, super cool. And the set list is fantastic. I could have handled some of his solo stuff, maybe Yankee Rose, even California Girls would have been fun. He could have done some of his solo stuff. I'm totally fine with the Van Halen set, though. Maybe he'll mix it up a little bit more if he goes out on his own. And even stuff like things that I don't really like Jump. It works, man, because Dave sells it, the band sells it. So really exciting. I think it was Ultimate Classic Rock. Their website had a headline, did an article on it, had a headline, David Lee Roth's triumphant return to the stage. And I absolutely agree with it, man. He just came out and absolutely nailed it, man. He really, really did it. So Dave is back in a big, big way. I'm excited that he's touring. And I'm really looking forward to having a chance to, hopefully I can go see him live. So let me know what you guys think. If you haven't watched this yet, jump it. It's all over YouTube. Go check out some of these clips. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let me know what you guys think of this stuff, this footage here from the M3 Rock Festival. Are you going to go see Dave live? Are you excited for it? Let me know in the comments down below. Till we see you again, make sure you rock hard, free.